Well, good morning. It's Techie Tuesday. We're going to talk a little bit about technology today. And I was looking for my, it was interesting because I was looking for my graphic on my laptop computer. And then I realized I did this morning on my phone. So the graphic is here. So you're not going to see the graphic. But that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the metaverse. So I'm going to go into the green room and grab my friend. Where the heck is he? Got to ring the bell. There he is. Hi.
Hi, Brad.
How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing swell.
Ready for Techie Tuesday. Is this really you, or is this an avatar?
It's really me. Okay. I'm not a digital bot. It's really me.
I got to pinch myself to see if I'm real. So have you been following all this stuff with, Facebook's changing their name and he's changing this thing called the MetaVerse and all that kind of stuff? And it's kind of like The Matrix. Remember the movie The Matrix?
Yes. I have been following it. I wonder I still don't know. I'm not sure what prompted it, and I know the name, the logo itself isn't there. The new MetaVerse logo isn't there yet. So when is that going to happen? What's the rollout?
Well, I don't think that it's going to be disbanding Facebook. I think that it's going to end up being the metaverse is going to be the umbrella now, and Facebook will just be pushed to the side and be one of the things in it, just like Messenger and Instagram. They're separate things. I think Facebook will continue, but the name of the company and the new venture is this metaverse, the big thing.
You're right about the umbrella. From what I've researched, Meta is the parent company that owns Oculus, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook app, and lots more. Mm-hmm. Just as Alphabet is the umbrella company who owns Google, Meta owns Facebook and many, many others.
Yes.
And Meta is short for Metaverse, which is not a place, product, or idea owned by Facebook. It is the sum total of all publicly accessible virtual worlds, real-time 3D content, and related media.
I wonder who's got the domain name Metaverse
that are connected on an open global network controlled by none and accessible to all.
Your connection was moving in and out of there a little bit, but I get it. Yeah, that's what it is. It's kind of like the
word you wouldn't call locks. Oh, go ahead.
You're cutting out there, buddy. Are you there?
See my waving hand?
I do see your hand, but you're pretty blurry. It looks like you're getting a slow connection or something. I don't know. Or it might be, if you're a conspiracy theorist, Mark is watching us.
Right. The Russians, because we mentioned Facebook.
So for those that don't know what is happening, it's multiple things, and a lot of it is. Brian, have you ever done those virtual reality things like with the glasses and stuff?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I rode a McLaren car. I drove one virtually, and it sure seems real. I've never been in a McLaren, but it sure seemed real, and it sure was fast, and it sure was powerful, and had the little goggles on. I look at my hand, and there's a racing glove, a big red racing glove on my hands. Move around. I look at my pants, and my pants are red racer's pants. I'm wearing a jacket. It's just weird. And then I get in there and I put her in gear and I got out. I was kind of like, whoa, what a trip.
Were you legitimately scared? Was it fearful?
At times. Not so much because I wasn't really, but I can see how a person, once they get into it, all of a sudden it becomes more and more, I'm in this thing. But I was still in the place of, I knew I was just sitting in the studio of this virtual reality place. So it wasn't really scary, except for I got startled a little bit when I almost hit a couple cars. Going around the curves, I went too fast.
There's a speaking of virtual and 3D, there's a new platform being launched, and me as a developer of content and in technical and business type things. And looking at writing content for a gentleman who started the first virtual showroom for Hyundai Motor America. So his name is Paul Epstein, and he's got a virtual healthcare health action company where practitioners can sign up, get an annual contract, and get a full virtual office for what they do. It could be a pain doctor. It could be remote patient monitoring. It could be many things, from hair loss to weight loss to diabetes care, senior care. Medicare Advantage is going to get involved, and it's going to be a huge virtual office. So now they're bringing doctor offices online, and it's going to be an exciting new world there as well. So
our one of our viewers commented here, and I don't know if she heard the topic, but she says, come out to California for skydiving in San Diego or golf.
Oh, fear. We mentioned fear. That's the connection.
Maybe
fear
that's
from that virtual race car ride. Sports car ride.
I don't think what she's talking about is virtual stuff. This is like real skydiving in San Diego. But maybe it's that'd be safer. I'd rather do that than jump out of an airplane, to tell you the truth.
Well, how about that, Brad? You've got a loyal listener in San Diego.
Yeah, Cindy is a travel agent. She's also got her own podcast, the Bucket List Podcast, and she's a connector of people. And she's
Thanks
also
for listening, Cindy. That's great.
She's also an affiliate with MailBoxPower, that software that I use, and a couple other different online platforms and things. So she's a marketer. And I am, Cindy, I am pondering going out to California because I got a friend that lives in Temecula and has a store in Borrego Springs in the desert. So I just talked to him yesterday. So I might be going out that direction, but I don't think I'm going to jump out of a plane.
And I think there's some good wine out in Temecula, if I'm not mistaken.
There are a lot of wine shops out there. There certainly are. We went and had dinner in a cave.
Awesome.
And just got a place that was carved into a mountain, and we were inside there with rock walls, and it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So
another thing about this metaverse is like all early days of emerging technologies that are affected by culture and adoption, we won't really know the proper terminology for these things for some time, and it will change. And renaming itself Meta is like Twitter renaming itself social media. Yes, Twitter is social media, but it's not all of social media. I also think it was genius and visionary, says Greg Swan, my reporter, albeit a complicated one.
Yeah, well, what's in a name, Apple isn't a fruit.
Right, right.
So it's really the concept of what he's doing, and he used meta. I think meta is like means beyond. It's like metaphysical means beyond physical.
And there's going to be avatars, like we talked about, 3D avatars in video conferencing.
Well,
you
that's
won't
what
need
I'm
a VR
saying.
headset. You won't need a VR headset to see them, and they can show you in 2D and 3D meetings. So you can choose to have an animated version of yourself if you're not feeling like turning your webcam on. You can just be this image.
Yes. So if you're sitting there in your underwear and you want to put on a shirt, you can put on a virtual shirt.
Now, what aspect? Now, are they going to also do that with Facebook? Are you going to be able to, if you go Facebook Live, I wonder if you can pop in an avatar if you just don't like how you look. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I think what they're getting at is you're going to start being able to do physical things that aren't really there. Like I was saying, you'll end up being able to play cards without a deck of cards. So we can have a virtual deck of cards, and you and I could start playing cards. So it'd be a virtual deck of 52 cards, and we could play poker.
Or solitaire.
And show each other our hand.
Right. Or just solitaire if you wanted.
If you want to be by yourself, some people do that, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of where this is all going. Is it's a virtual self. So just because I'm not here physically, and it's an avatar that's a digital creation of myself, doesn't mean that I'm not here. It's kind of like having those filters and stuff for that voice stuff where they can make Obama say stuff that Trump said.
I haven't caught on to that, but yeah, I'm
Really?
sure it's out there.
The deep fake stuff. They will take something that Trump said and they will put Obama's voice on it and then make it come out of, you can digitally edit that, and it makes it look like somebody else said something else. That's why I don't believe the stuff that's on the internet. I like to grab people and say, let's have a coffee. We're going to go down to Uptown let's go a breakfast burrito at French Meadow. Real people. Because there's a lot of weird
difference when you do it.
Is yours backwards? You're making a difference. So it's a very interesting concept, like in that movie Matrix, where the guy was eating the steak and he's sitting there with the steak going, I know this isn't real, but it tastes so good. Because it was a digitally created experience for him. You remember that part? Do you remember it in Matrix?
No,
Are you cutting out? Can you hear me?
It was a while ago I saw it. I don't remember it. It was a while ago that I saw it.
Okay, well that's what was happening.
Sure,
he was out of the Matrix, in with that guy with the suit and the sunglasses, and they were trying to get him to, turn on Neo. So they invited him in and they gave him a virtual steak dinner. And he knew that the other stuff was a simulation, and the real thing was in that ship. So when he was out of there and he was plugged in, he was in virtual reality, and they gave him a steak to eat, and he was sitting there with his steak on the end of the fork, and he's going, this tastes so good. I know it's not real, but it tastes so good. Because it was just a digital creation, and he thought that he was eating a steak. It was like a dream.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what's going to start happening whenever they can. I don't know when they can start getting the sense of smell and the sense of taste, and even the sense of feel. They're coming up with that kind of stuff with where you wear gloves that have sensors, like servos in them and stuff, where you can actually feel stuff. Yeah, it's getting to be bizarre, and it's happening fast. What are you looking at? Have I lost you?
So I was reading an article briefly that said the metaverse will be mostly for work, and there's all these opinions out there about how it can be used, and it's interesting to kind of dream about what might happen with all of it, and I wonder when the Facebook logo will actually go away. We talked about that.
Well, again, I don't think Facebook logo will go away. I think Facebook will continue to be Facebook, and Meta will be something else over on top of it. I think Instagram will still be there, and I think Messenger will still be there, and I think what are some of the other ones they own? Yeah, I think they'll all still be there. In fact, there's probably a lot of them we don't know about.
Well, no, yeah, but Instagram and all those will remain the same. It's just the company that operates it, and could be that they just said it about Facebook because that's the
popular platform, and that's the newsworthy thing to say that Facebook is changing their name. What does that mean?
Yeah.
No, I think all he's doing is this is his big master plan to be globally connected, and now he's taking it to another level. And it's going to be the kind of thing where you've got a surgeon that wears these gloves, and someone needs an open heart surgery in Singapore, and that surgeon down at the Mayo Clinic will be able to operate on that person because there's a robot that's connected to the patient. and the guy will go in and he'll cut the guy's chest open and the robot will cut the guy's chest open, and he'll operate on him because he has the knowledge.
Yeah. But I mean, there's got to be a way soon that, you can take biometrics, put your finger or thumb into a monitor, into a little slot that captures a packet of data, then sends it through the internet right onto the doctor's office, and they'll evaluate your blood sugar level or your blood pressure or something. That wouldn't be virtual. That would be real. There are things that can go through, packets of data can be sent on that stuff.
Oh yeah, they're already doing
a matter of time before that gets launched.
They're already doing that.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this H6 Fit is a big deal. It's going to be an exciting new thing too. So I'm keeping my eye on that. And of course, on passive and exciting tech world, Brad.
I know that's it's interesting because I've made a little bit of a pivot from the digital world into the real world by doing these postcards. It's back into the physical world, and can't quite do it yet with the event business because people are still a little scared to get out in public because of the COVID thing. But the post office is still delivering the mail, just a little slower.
Right.
But
Right.
things are shifting, and it's happening fast. I mean, it's bizarre with all the whole thing about cryptocurrency and all that. That's going to be the kind of thing is I'm going to be in here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and somebody's going to be at the coffee shop going, "Hey, Brad, I want to get a coffee, but I don't have any money right now." And I'll go like this, and I will pass it through, and they'll pick it up, a digital dollar bill, and they'll be able to buy the coffee.
Well, Bitcoin already is a digital thing. It was
That's what I'm talking about.
invented by, Mr. Yamamoto in Japan as a way to securely transfer money in a fast way. And
Yeah.
we just showed how that works.
Yeah, and it's going to be on here. It's not going to be a physical dollar. It's just going to be my credits. It's I've always said Captain Kirk never carried a wallet. He didn't need money. He had credits.
And his transmitter. Remember the
Captain
transmitter?
Credits. Yes. So whenever he got hungry, he would go to the computer and say, "Computer, burrito," and the computer would give him a burrito. And he'd eat lunch and go back to the helm.
Back from the deck, right.
That's right.
Well, any closing thoughts, Brad, as we come to the end?
Just that if anybody's interested in anything that we're talking about here, to connect with us. And I got your little link. Brian is available on LinkedIn. You just look him up. It's
Technical
Brian
marketing,
Bush.
writing, technical copy, social media, copywriting for many, many different things. Let's talk about what your needs are.
Yeah. And then my thing right now is this magic marketing tool. If you're interested in working with me on promoting this magic marketing tool, and I'm looking to put together a group of people locally here that are interested in this making money on the internet thing. A lot of people look at it as like it's some kind of scam or something, but it's not. It's just the new way of earning an income that isn't governed by an 8-hour workday.
Right.
The 24/7, wherever you want to work from, and moving products and services.
You know what I say, Brad?
What do you say, Brian?
Minds are like parachutes. They only function when they're open.
That's right. You got to have an open mind.
So you got to be open to it.
Absolutely.
Not everything is a scam.
I'm always willing to take a peek. Okay, Brian, I'll pop you in the green room. We can chat a little bit after if you'd like. If not, you can disappear. Thank you very much, sir. Peace. Well, there we go. There's my friend Brian. That was kind of fun. The whole metaverse thing and the whole way things are, technology is changing and stuff, and it's happening so dang fast right now. If you don't watch it, a lot of people are pretty clueless of what's going on. They think you're not going to steal my information. Well, guess what? You clicked on Corvette on Facebook. They got your information. They know you like Corvettes. That's the way it works. So, peace, love, and happiness. That's all I got to say. Take care. Be well. Be good. Be safe.